Hello and welcome to Sparkly Tights, a podcast with Demi from Get Stuff Made. Cue the cheesy jingle. Hey everyone, Demi from Get Stuff Made here. I am back this time recording not only my voice but also my face for a podcast vlog. This is going to be going live on all of the normal podcast sites as well as over on YouTube, where we've started to build up a bit of a story channel for you guys. This is our third podcast. It's been a big old gap since the second one that we recorded last year. The business itself has been really manic and busy, and we've been shifting and pivoting and changing everything as small businesses always do. So we are back. This is the third episode of the Sparkly Tights podcast. This one is slightly different, where it's just going to be me chatting and hopefully inspiring you guys. We have a few more in the pipeline that will be released over the next few months, back chatting to some small founders about their launches, how their development's been going, which I'm really excited to start sharing with you guys. There's lots coming up. Today, this is going to be a little pep talk for all of you small businesses out there. Life is hard at the moment. The world of small business is struggling. And I wanted to produce something that was pretty realistic. I'm going to be open about our business and where things are with Get Stuff Made. But at the end of the day, I wanted it to be, like I said, a pep talk, something to bring us all together and to start feeling a bit more motivated and confident, still being realistic about things, but hopefully lifting the spirits of people to get through, hopefully just the day that you at least listen to this podcast. So like I said, small business is a bit of a struggle right now. Instagram conversion sucks. You're probably feeling like you're expected to create content for a million different social media sites, like who's had a go at TikTok, who actually enjoyed going on TikTok. It's a very kind of split opinion, more on that later. Costs are rising globally, like we're based in the UK. Lots of our clients are in Australia. It's a global thing. And because of that, sales are dropping. There's guilt surrounding, can you put your prices up? Should you? And then having to pass those costs on to your amazing customers. And in general, everyone just feels a bit drained. And like I said, us too, myself too, we get it. We're all living through it. And it's something that is definitely going to be a bit of a struggle for people to work through, but it's okay. You are a small business, and because of that, you have some really awesome things going for you too. And they are the things that I'd like to focus on today. So first up, the first exciting thing, and again, this is all going to be about positivity, about uplifting you guys, community. There are tons of groups, clubs, and communities out there that you guys might already be in or should get involved in. Some are free, some are paid, but they are all there to give you confidence, inspire you, and motivate you. You need the support of your peers, of people that are strangers on the other side of the world, but trust me, it goes a long, long way. So we personally at Get Stuff Made, we have a mentoring group. It's only a really small one, but that is a shared, safe, social space for people to get in touch with questions when they come up. It's there to motivate people to keep in touch. We will send inspirational posts out. It's really casual, really informal, but it's a little club. It's a little group that people are in to show that we're all in it together. We're also part of the amazing Uncommon Club. We have an inner circle there called Conscious Clothing Club. And again, this is a different kind of one. Our one is specific to fashion brands for textile-based product startups. Uncommon Club is for all small businesses. There is an amazing group and motivation and community within that club. And it's covering and inspiring you and teaching you all the things that come with running a small business. So they have marketing support, inspirational stories from founders who have done it. There are guides on socials, on finances. Like I said, we hosted a session just yesterday, actually, which was on the ethical issues that are arriving in the fashion industry. But that is another club that, again, we recommend. We're a part of it. Get involved. We've previously been a member of the Coven, which is another UK-based small business group. They are huge. They're an amazing group for support. There's a Facebook group where there are thousands of small businesses in it, a general kind of firing off place. We were in it for about 9 months, maybe a year. And it was just the go-to place. If you had a question, if you're having a freak out, if you need a recommendation from anything from your socials, maybe to sustainable packaging, to even just how to maybe deal with difficult clients or something, like having that sounding board, having that community is amazing. If you are a small maker at home, there are also loads of market communities. One in particular is Mindful Market in the UK again. That's run by a lady called Bianca. And again, it is a safe place for sustainable brands, small brands often who are making their products at home, to show off and go to these markets that are run by people with the same values as themselves. And there's an amazing Instagram community, again, that's really raw and really honest to talk about not just the highs, we're going to celebrate them when they happen, but also to appreciate it when things aren't going quite as well. A new platform that has recently come out is called Stack World. I've just joined recently as Get Stuff Made as a just on a free subscription. There are paid premium versions, and they send out daily emails, like a little news blast with what's going on, and they're usually quite insightful into the general feel of life at the moment. I know over on Stack World there are so many experts, so many professionals, again, so many different groups that you can join, and they're not just specific to businesses. So I think we joined a camping and caravan group. So I joined a camping and caravan group. There was one about kind of generally being outside and walking in the hills, like fun things that aren't anything to do with business whatsoever. So build a community. Do not forget that you running your own small business gives you the benefit of being able to join these communities as yourself. You can talk about work or you can not. You can just be there as yourself. The second most amazing thing that you guys as small businesses have to remember and have to not lose sight of when things start to get a little bit tricky is that you have the ability to pivot, react, and be adaptable. So if you are a massive successful corporation, if you think, right, that's not working anymore, we need to change it, you are going to have to go through shed loads of red tape, sign-offs, approvals, processes to just get even the idea probably signed off. If it's just you or you and a small team, no red tape. It's a huge benefit. So how many times have you, as your small business, have you had to pivot? Maybe it's even you haven't even launched. How many times have you changed your ideas based on current markets, current feedback, on things that you've noticed have started to do better locally to you? And I'll let you into a secret. Here at Get Stuff Made, we've pivoted 6, maybe 7 times. And we've only been in business, 3.5 years or so. I used to get really upset because I wanted things to be calmer. I wanted things to settle down. I wanted to have my offering that worked and it was solid and I wouldn't need to be constantly changing. I wanted to settle down, basically. I am already an old lady, but we all know that. But I'll tell you what, it isn't how it works. And I won't just settle down and have one offering, and you shouldn't either. Having to constantly change and think about what's working and review your offering and reflect on what's gone well, it keeps you creative. It's what keeps pushing you and what keeps customers interested at the end of the day. And that is what keeps your sales running. So we started off doing just project management. I was freelancing. It was just me on my own. And then we noticed that I ran out of time doing that. And that then meant that I ran out of money because I wasn't charging enough to cover for the hours that I was already fully booked and putting into it. So then we pivoted again and did courses. So again, that was the first pivot. We ran courses and they were huge. They were incredible. And we still run them to this day because there is definitely a need for people who want to DIY, who want to get ahead and do their own thing, and they want to learn it first. For Get Stuff Made, lockdown then ended. So no one wanted to stay at home. Everyone who'd been at home for 2 years, studying up and learning and doing all of these amazing courses and launching their businesses, they want to get outside now. They want to spend their money on going out and doing things, going on holiday, going out for dinner, seeing family and friends. So for us, having a business that was just online courses was no longer a viable option. Now, if we were a big business, that would have been crippling. That would have been, we need to massively rethink essentially the whole business. For us, at the time, it was still just me. So you go, right, cool. What is something that people definitely really want now? They've gone out, they've maybe learned it or they haven't, they're new to us. That's when we then started dipping our water into the sampling thing. That got full up really quickly because it's amazing. And people will go, yeah, we want physical stuff. Online courses work. So that was then our, I think realistic, that was about the fourth pivot because there'd been mini ones along the way. So then we grew again and the sampling was amazing. And then we were full again. So now I'm at the stage where I'm having to look at different options. How can we pivot again? And again, these are all like really reactive / proactive. I can see that we're full and we're going to have to start to grow. You can't do this if you're not a small business. One piece of advice that goes with it, and this is kind of me going against the whole react, throw caution to the wind, do everything as you think. Do consistently plan and review every week, every month, every quarter, every year. Not only does this help keep your business moving, it gives you a chance to look back and reflect on the amazing things you've done. So sometimes when it feels like you haven't really done a lot and things are really slow and quiet and heavy and heady and you're kind of starting to feel like you're, trudging through mud, you can have a little look back at the last few months and see how many amazing things you have actually been doing. This is something I do try and do. So I do a weekly review just to check socials, just to check plans for the week for socials. I check our website stats and like email subscribers and cash flow, things like that. I do that every week. I try and spend no more than a couple of hours on it. As a small business, you are hands-on, you are the heads up, you are the person who is going to be the one doing it. So although I'm there saying, if this element of your business hasn't worked, sack it off, pivot, change something new. Make sure it is based on actual hard statistics and numbers. You don't want to say this one has dropped off, sack it off and you never offer it again. And then when you look back at the numbers 6 months later, you realize actually there was just a drop for maybe 2-3 weeks, but it has still been your biggest seller and it might have then picked up again. So yeah, react, pivot, be adaptable, but make sure you look at the numbers behind it in case you're just feeling a little bit negative about things, which we are all definitely guilty of, myself included. So what is the next one? The third one, which means you are just in the best place still as a small business. You have the creativity to get through whatever rough patch you are currently going through. You've launched your business, or you may still be working through your business, but you are building a business of whatever scale, pre or post launch. You are doing it. If you've launched, you've done it, and it means you can do it again. So it might be that you've had to make the move over to TikTok. Some people may love TikTok. If you're old like me, you may feel like it's something you have to do. We made the move over. We played with it. We have consistently been doing videos for months now. And you may notice that what you were building, all of your TikTok dances and voiceovers, maybe the engagement has completely dropped off again. My advice, shut them down for a bit. Sit back, think about you and your authentic business. So if your business directly relates to those TikTok videos, don't shut them down. There needs to be some element of you singing and dancing for your business. Do it. Amazing. I imagine the engagement hasn't fallen off if that is the case. But if you are a business that actually can't really directly link to jazz hands on a 10-second video, you don't need to do it. There is no hard, fast rule that says you have to dance on TikTok. Are you actually getting conversions from TikTok? Are you reaching more people? If you are, if you aren't, how can you portray your authentic self on these social media platforms to get your customers back engaged again? So what makes you interesting? Ignore the dances, ignore the trends, ignore the viral videos. What makes you and your business interesting? Why do people love you? Why do people buy from you? Why have they bought from you? Or why should they buy from you? Do that thing. Share that. Nothing else. Do not stress about the numbers. You've just got to be consistent with it. If you can step away from all of the marketing spiel that's out there and just think, right, what makes me amazing? What do people want to see? And just think about how to get 10-second clips of showing what you do, showing why you're amazing, showing what you do on a day-to-day, sharing tips, sharing advice. That's what you need to be doing. Be creative with it. Don't feel like you've got to be stuck in that TikTok pressure box, basically. So what can we do here and now to get through this slightly rough shaky, confusing patch that is small business life at the minute. I've got 3 little tips for you. And I need to listen to this more than anyone. Trust me, I've been shaking and waving all over the place recently, and that's with Get Stuff Made, going from strength to strength. Can't even say it. See, that's how little confidence I have. Point number 1, have confidence. This is much easier said than done, but I promise you, go and listen to more podcasts, listen to people, find your community, take a break from the stress and the pressure of what has to happen, and just reflect back. Have confidence in yourself that you will get through this patch. Everyone is there for you. Everyone wants you to do amazing. I think you can do it. You know, every person I chat to, there is a glimmer of light in them, which is their small business. They love it. It is their baby and they want it to succeed so badly. So latch onto that. Have faith. Try not to be overclouded by the doom and gloom and grey clouds, and know that you guys can do it. Like I said, clock back into those communities. Have a look back at the amazing things you've already done and let that give you confidence. Tip number 2. If you are feeling overwhelmed by things at the moment, if things are a little bit hard and you are struggling to see that light and it is just a little bit grey, I massively recommend having some time and having a break. Now, instantly as a small business, everyone goes, oh, but I don't get paid if I don't get a break. The break could be 24 hours. It could be a weekend. It could just be a Monday morning, a Friday afternoon, tagged onto the end of a weekend. I guarantee you, switching off, not thinking about the business, closing the inbox, taking it off your phone. I'm guilty of that. Make sure your emails are not on your phone. If you need, delete the apps, log out of Instagram. You know, maybe you've got a personal account like I do where your Reels stream is just dogs. You might want to keep that because that's quite good for rest and recovery. But have a break. You kind of killing yourself and trying to post every single day while you're struggling is not going to be the way out of the bubble. If you take 4 days off, it's not going to make any difference. I promise you that is not going to make or break anything online. So switch off, even if it's only for, a month. A month is quite a long time actually, for a week. Just take a break to give yourself that time to reconnect with yourself. Think about what is authentic about you. Again, jump back into communities. I'm going to keep saying it. And just give yourself a time away. Give yourself a break. It's like when you work too hard and you don't take a holiday and then you actually have a few days off and the next day you feel like a whole new person. It is a thing. Been there, done that. Really guilty of not having holidays and not having time off and then feeling crap. Take a break. Tip number 2, please do take a break, guys. You deserve it. And then the third one, this is so what I've just been talking about for the last 20 minutes. I want everyone to rally together. I want us all to know that we are in it together, that there is a place, in my opinion, there is only places for small businesses in this world. Like what everyone does, the organic growth, the authenticity, the passion that comes from people at home in their offices, like where I'm recording this podcast from. That's what it's all about. And I want us all to rally together. I want us to have faith that we can do it, that we can get through it. And I want you to be accountable for it. I want you to make a note of when you listen to this, when you watch this, and I want you to go, right, I'm going to have my 4 days off. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to crack through my to-do list of all the things that are going to bother me. And by that, I mean like end of the day. Do not spend more than the end of the day. I'm then going to have my time off. I'm going to switch off for a bit, completely rest. And I'm going to reconnect with my original business ideas, with the things that I love doing, with the things that sell really well, with my communities, all my friends online or in person. You may not actually have real friends. you might just want to go to the pub, because I promise you that does help too. And then when you log back into all those socials and you're ready to kickstart facing up to your business and getting it, feeling amazing again, remember that we're all here for you. We have reopened our Facebook group. And again, there was a point when I was sacking off Facebook and trying not to use it, but it is still a thing that people use, and actually more for community than actually real life friends nowadays. So the main reason I'm on it is there are amazing Facebook communities that I want to stay in connection with. So I've reopened the Get Stuff Made one. I would love for you all to join it. If you Google Get Stuff Made if you search for Get Stuff Made on Facebook, you'll see it, and I'll share a link to our group as well. And I'd love for you all to jump in that. Say you've listened to the podcast, drop in your social handles, share what you're doing, and just to get some fresh eyes on things and just say, yeah, this is what I do, I'm amazing. Just do some self-promotion. There's so many groups where you're not allowed to do that. I want everyone to be promoting themselves and saying how amazing they are. So yeah, that is my little 20-minute pep talk for you guys on this middle of May kind of grey morning here in the UK. I hope it has inspired, motivated, and maybe given you a little bit of a refresh, a lease of life that things could be better. I feel better for talking about it. I'll tell you that. I'll be honest. Keep connected. Like I said, join our Facebook group, follow us on Instagram, head over to our YouTube. I want you guys to be connecting, building your communities, thinking about how amazing you are. And make sure you subscribe to our channels to make sure you listen to the new podcasts that are coming. And I think that's all of my promotion done as well. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks, guys. Chat soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining and listening in to this episode of Sparkly Types. I hope you're feeling motivated to get your thing going. And don't forget, if you need any help or just want someone to chat to, you can get in touch with me, Demi, through my website, www.getstuffmade.co.uk, through Instagram @getstuffmade, or by email, demi@getstuffmade.co.uk. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Okay, till next time, stay sparkly. Bye, guys.